Hi guys, so I've arrived here at Melbourne Airport about 8 o'clock. We're a little bit early for our flight, so I'm here recording. My family's all settled down, find a seat, and we're just having a wander through. The check-in for us is still a little bit early, so we see a whole bunch of Vietnamese people already lined up for the flight, even though it's hours away. I typically arrive 3 to 4 hours early, and I'm having a wander in the check-in area. Everyone's busy, everyone's moving around. It's a hustle and bustle. You see people repacking their bags, some people wrapping their bags, people getting help from staff, and people walking around. I think it's very interesting how the way the border security works here. But all in all, I think the general service is good. Everyone's nice and polite. We keep to our lines. And yeah. That's the Park Royal Hotel. That's the hotel that's in front of Melbourne Airport that everyone sees. I'm on T2, which is terminals for departures. So I'm up on the high levels. And even though it's a dark day, this place is lit to the skies, man. You can see it from a mile away. And here's Tyson. Say hi, Tyson. You don't want to? What are you drinking? What's that? Apple juice. There's no more in there? You drank it all? Alright, cool. Say hi, Tyson. Where are you going, Tyson?
I'll go in the airplane.
So we've only got our bags checked, and now we're having a wander through Melbourne Airport. You can see Tyson's very excited that he finally gets to go on a plane. For that time he was waiting so long, and the check-in didn't open until 3 hours before the flight. Even then, the line was massive. Not as bad as before I have been, but it's still massive. We got into the duty-free area, and you could see all the knacky Australian stuff that Tyson's looking at, having a family moment here. And then I just wanted to show off all the Australian stuff, like postcards. And then randomly I found some Vegemite on the shelf. I thought it was very Australian, very cute. Tyson's posing for some photos. And these stuffed dolls were so cute, but they were so expensive. And now he's found the Lego. He always seems to find the toys somehow. The kids. Continuing down, you can see on the left that it has a whole bunch of wine, usually a good gift for travelers for duty free. And on the right, we're beginning to see all the perfume and makeup that people usually do as well. Just really wanted to do a cinematic shot of the Chanel because my wife bought some for a friend and she's going to give it as a gift. And we're heading down towards the gate, and it's actually a fair few walk because we're at gate 12, which is far away.
So we got through the checking and border security quite easily. Me and my wife actually got stopped at an extra checkpoint. I think we got randomly scanned when we got our face checked in. There was a problem. They had to check our faces again twice. It was amazing. It never usually happens. So, yeah. Well, the first chance or anything, right?
Even after the duty-free shop, there's still small shops and restaurants around before the gates. We found some of this stuff to be way expensive, and we found some bears on the way to the gates as well. Tyson's posing for some photos for his mom. I found this bear that was very particularly cute. You know, all the Chinese-ness that it was on it. Some look like pandas, some look like bears, but Tyson actually finally got to see some planes. Got super excited. All the people underneath just loading up the planes. It's like, oh, they're fixing the planes, they're making the planes better. Oh, I'm gonna go on that plane. So guys, I'm recording this at 9 o'clock at night in my bedroom because we've kind of been flat out ever since we arrived to Hanoi. Just a little like indication of how it went from when we boarded the airport to landing in Hanoi. So the flight was good. It was a midnight flight. Tyson had to stay up later than he usually does, since he was a bit grouchy, kind of fussy, but once he started sleeping it was okay. We went on a Vietnam Airlines Airbus 787, which had a 3 on the right, 3 in the middle and 3 on the left configuration. We were sitting at seat 37, A, B and C. My son had the middle one, so when the flight took off we were able to take out the arms and he could lie down, which was good. With the midnight flight though, because we're arriving at 7 o'clock in the morning, we had to try to sleep on that flight. And as you know, airplanes aren't the most comfortable to sleep in. So me and my wife slept as much as we could, but it left us very exhausted. And once we arrived in Hanoi, the layout for the airport is fairly similar to Ho Chi Minh City. However, there's not as much people, and we got lucky that we could pass through the immigration fairly easily. They're a lot nicer in the way that there's no, trying to opportunities to gain money somehow. In that kind of sense, it's just hello, where you're from, what you plan to do here, and that's it, and you're out. And then once you pick up your bags, they ask if you have any contraband. If you don't, they basically scan your bags and you just walk out. That's it. So once we arrived in Hanoi, it was pretty much a basic straight to the hotel. We got picked up by our tour guide / driver and driven to our hotel. Because we couldn't check in until after 2, we left our bags at the hotel and then proceeded to go around Hanoi and check out what was around in our area. More an update in the next video for that, alright? So stay tuned. Hope to see you guys next time, and I will make another video when it's a little bit more nicer. So hope to see you guys soon. Like, subscribe, and get notified by the bell. Thanks.